Today we'll be changing the oil on a 2002 PT Cruiser Touring. This will work on almost all PT Cruisers, I'm sure. And it's a basic guideline. You could use this guideline on any car. They'll all be a little bit different, but they're all relatively the same. So we have this car up on ramps. And always put your emergency brake on. And always stick a piece of wood under each tire. And then after you do that, make sure you shake the car back and forth. That'll let you know it's not going anywhere. And the car should be in park, or if it's manual, in a first gear. So here's what we're gonna use today to change the oil. We have our oil catch can, hold 7 quarts, so it'll hold 5 quarts easily. Gloves, because I don't like an old oil on my hand. A funnel, nice funnel, help you out, don't get oil over the engine. 5W30 regular, not synthetic engine oil. Oil filter. Oil filter helps screw it on. Use the ratchet, and you could take it on, take it off very easily using this tool. And a 1/2 inch ratchet. So that's what you want to use. That's all we're going to use. So there's all your equipment right there. And so I'm going to give you a look at underneath the car. So here's looking directly under the car. Those are the back tires, these are the front tires. You got your transmission right here. You got your engine and oil pan right here. So now I'm gonna flip you guys over. So now we're looking straight under the car. The front of the car is that direction. So here is your oil plug. This is where you're gonna take out the drain oil. Here's your oil filter. That's what you're gonna unscrew. Fortunately, Chrysler on the PT Cruiser put it sideways, which will make a big mess, I'm sure. But whatever, we'll get that done. So, first step is gonna be undo it so that air will easily let the oil in and out. Okay, and just put it on top loose. Next step is going to be get gloves on and get the ratchet and the container. Unscrew this right here. This will let all the oil out. It is a 1/2 inch. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Make sure you have your catch can underneath. So now you're going to wait till all the oil comes out. The car's tilted, which helps even more, so that the oil drains all the way to the back of the oil pan. Then after this, we'll tighten it back up. So this is gasketless. So there's no gasket on this, so we don't need to replace the gasket. So just be sure we tighten it down to about 8 foot-pounds of torque, which is the smallest ratchet, just as tight as you could go. And on a medium-sized ratchet, it's about half as tight as you could go. Just want it snug. And I'll let this drain, and then we're going to do oil filter next. So the oil's almost done. Dripping in, getting caught by the catch can. And so once this finishes, there we go. Okay. So now we're gonna go and screw this back in. Just tighten it as much by hand so you don't get any oil leaking. It'll stop from leaking. Then get a paper towel, wipe it off, and then use the ratchet, tighten it all the way. Okay. Paper towel, please. Thank you. Okay. Ratchet. You could also use a 13mm ratchet. Both sizes, 1/2 inch and 13mm work. The 1/2 inch was snugger. Okay, so now you can see it's tight. So now I have a medium size ratchet. I'm just gonna pull it just a little bit to get it snug. Nothing crazy. Okay, now off to the oil filter. I was actually able to get this to work, so I just had to push it on a little bit more. Since I have a camera in one hand, I wasn't able to push it on enough, but now I got it on more. Now it comes off real easy. This is the messy part. Make sure you turn this. Okay. There we go. Let that drain. And then we'll put the new one on, and then we'll fill it. As that's draining, I'm going to show you what to do. Get a little bit of the old oil, get it on your finger, and then we're going to go to the brand new oil filter and just put the oil around the ring, so it seals really good. Normally I'd fill this up with oil, but since it's on sideways, you can't really fill it up without making a mess, so it's okay. It's not a big deal. So just get oil right on the O-ring here. This has stopped. So now I'm going to take my oil filter and thread it on by hand. Again, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I'm going to tighten it up. Once it gets on, you can just start spinning. And you only tighten this by hand. You don't use any tools to tighten this. Just as much as you can by hand. And that is all. Okay. See? Tighten all the way by hand. And there goes my ratchet. Tighten that by hand, and you're all done. Inspect to make sure that is on properly. That is on properly. Now it's time to add the oil to the engine. So we're going to use 5W30 motor oil. Just put in right in here. And it uses 5 quarts. Just take this. Just add your engine oil. All 5 quarts. Let it sit for a minute. Inspect for leaks. And we're going to roll the car down in neutral so that we don't start the engine. Because I don't like starting the engine with brand new oil, with no oil in the oil filter, at an angle. So now we're all ready to remove the wood blocks. Make sure this is good. Okay. Let's put it to a run position. Put it in neutral. Like that. And we'll slowly let the car roll down. Very slowly. Okay, now that the car's level, put it in neutral, start her up. That light should go off, good. We have oil pressure, now we're just gonna let it run. So record the mileage, and then 3,000 to 5,000 miles later. And that's how you change the oil in a Chrysler PT Cruiser.